again. It's a rich thing.
Hello guys, today in this video, we're going to help you to find out the best road bike helmets in market. I made this list based on my personal opinion, and I tried to list them based on their quality, durability, customer review and more. If you want to see their price and find out more information about them, you can check our links in the description below.
It's a rich thing.
Number 9. Gyro Agilus MIPS. The Gyro Agilus MIPS is an affordable helmet that hits the mark on fit, safety, and style. A durable outer shell with an impressive array of vents covers a luxurious interior featuring Gyro's renowned fit, industry-leading Rocklock 5 retention system, and a MIPS lineup for rotational impact protection. Quite surprisingly, I found the fit to be as comfortable as Gyro's range-topping Aries Spherical, which costs $300. Out on the road, the most noticeable difference between these two helmets was the slightly less efficient airflow through the Agilus despite its whopping number of vents. That said, compared to other helmets in the same price point, the Agilus moves air most admirably. In addition to its agreeable shape, adjustments to the retention system and straps are simple and quick, meaning you can truly customize the Agilus fit and ride in total comfort. It stayed secure on my head at all speeds. Number 8. Gyro Escape MIPS. If you are looking for a helmet to handle commuting duties, there are a ton of options out there, and we have a whole guide rounding up the best commuter helmets. Integrated lighting tends to be a big feature, as well as extended coverage and a style that looks good without being too over the top for a mellow commute to work. Many of the choices that fit in this category are expensive with a lot of features. The Gyro Escape MIPS keeps it all very simple. At the rear of the helmet is a charging port, and on either side there is a power button for the integrated front and rear lights. The battery lasts a long time, and you can decide if you'd prefer flashing or solid lighting. Beyond that, it's just a good helmet. It feels incredibly comfortable, even though it's definitely on the heavy side, and there is lots of coverage. That means it comes down farther, but also that the peak at the front is a solid part of the crash structure, and not just for show. Number 7. POC Ultra MIPS. Any helmet on our list will work with any kind of bike you want to use. That said, most riders prefer to match the gear they have with the type of riding they're doing. Some of that is about specific features, but it's okay that some of it is just about style. POC is obviously not ashamed to embrace that style element, and the POC Ultra MIPS is unabashedly styled for gravel cycling. The Omnair MIPS is the starting point for the Ultra MIPS. That means you start with a reasonable, though not quite budget, price. You also get the unobtrusive MIPS Integra rotational impact tech and a style that does a great job of being adaptable for whatever bike you match it with. The POC Ultra MIPS then adds a strip of Velcro in the back with a buckle and strap with attachment points. There's also a POC patch attached with Velcro on one side and a bungee cord on the opposite side. Number 6. Laser Z1 Kineticore. My personal preference is generally an aero helmet, as there's very little downside and plenty of gain. Not everyone feels the same way though. Lots of people love the airy feeling of a highly vented helmet. Unfortunately, that airy feeling often comes with a slight weight penalty, as manufacturers have to add structure to support big vents. Then there's the Laser Z1 Kineticore. This is a helmet that claims to actually offer 3% better ventilation cooling than no helmet at all, while also being 27 grams lighter than my previous pick for this category. To get that kind of performance, Laser uses a rotational impact tech called Kineticore. Kineticore uses blocks of foam that deform and break during a crash. The side effect of Kineticore is lots of airspace for cooling, like you'll find behind the floating brow pad, as well as less foam for a lighter overall weight. The only thing that would make it better would be a bit of light aero optimization. Number 5. POC Ventral MIPS. One of the basic tenets of an aero-optimized helmet is that it's hot. At least that's what everyone believes. The reality is that modern aero helmets make use of exhaust ports to speed up the flow of air through a helmet by carefully managing the flow. Keep moving, and a good aero helmet should never feel hot. Things change a bit when you stop moving though. As you, for example, climb a hill at slow speeds, there's not enough airflow to evacuate heat. It's in these situations that Swedish brand POC feels different. The POC ventral MIPS has big open vents in the front of the helmet. It's almost more reminiscent of a climber's helmet until you compare it. You do lose some of the ability to evacuate heat through the central part of the helmet, but it feels like a reasonable compromise. You also get a choice of a ton of colors and special pads to manage your glasses during the hottest climbs. Number 4. Sweet Protection Falconer 2 ViMIPS. Sweet Protection isn't as well known as some brands, but the brand has been making high-quality helmets and cycling sunglasses for a number of years. You might also recognize the brand as the helmet partner to Pause Normal. It's the sunglasses connection that ultimately landed this helmet on the list though. I often get asked which helmet has the most secure hold on a pair of sunglasses when stashed on top. Now I have an answer, and it's the Sweet Protection Falconer 2 ViMIPS. When designing this helmet, Sweet Protection wasn't working in a vacuum. Instead, the brand actively considered how the helmet interacted with sunglasses. The final result is a helmet that makes it easy to stash glasses but also holds them incredibly secure. As an added bonus, I find the style integrates well with a variety of glasses, and Sweet Protection has great quality options if you really want to match. Number 3. Laser Tonic Kineticore. It's important to understand that there is no definitive answer about how to make a safe helmet. Different brands have different strategies that aim to do the same thing. Laser's approach is to build blocks into the part of the EPS foam that sits closest to the cyclist's head. During an impact, the blocks break or compress to allow movement and absorb energy. The blocks also help with air movement as a nice bonus. The name for this technology is Kineticore, and Laser offers it at a variety of price points. The flagship option is the Laser Vento Kineticore that offers more Kineticore blocks, aero optimization, and an innovative way of tightening up the rear cradle. It's a great helmet, but I've chosen to highlight the Tonic Kineticore because of its incredible price. For less than a third of the flagship product price, you get a lightweight helmet that is stylish enough to work on a gravel or road ride, but still uses Kineticore. Number 2. Casque Elemento. The Casque Elemento is an excellent all-around helmet. It's aero-optimized but isn't going to compete with the best aero helmets. It's also lightweight and even beats the Gyro Aries on that score. On top of that, it's got 3D printed pads and uses a carbon fiber exterior panel to increase airflow and aid in heat management. It doesn't hurt that the style somehow seems to work as well on a road bike as a gravel bike. When you actually wear the Casque Elemento though, none of that is what stands out. Instead, what you'll notice is how secure it feels. If you hate the feeling of helmets moving around on your head, this is the one to grab. The rear cradle, with a ton of space for a ponytail in it, hugs down and creates a very solid connection. It doesn't matter if you are bombing down a steep gravel descent or dripping sweat as you climb what seems like a never-ending hill. You'll never feel the need to reach up and adjust your helmet. Number 1. Gyro Aries Spherical. Over the last few years, the best road bike helmets have started to split in the same way that wheels or frames have. There are climbers' helmets and there are aero helmets. The Gyro Aries Spherical helmet falls into the climber's helmet category, meaning it's aimed at being lightweight and highly ventilated. When you look at the Gyro Aries Spherical, there are almost more vents than helmet, and it falls to a set of transparent arches to hold it all together. Instead of putting the MIPS lining inside, Gyro uses a spherical design. This allows two parts of the helmet to move against each other with no possibility of interrupting airflow. Then, as a final nod to cooling, there is extensive internal channeling to get the air right where it's needed. Everything combined, Gyro claims that compared to the previous Gyro Ether MIPS, the areas up cooling efficiency by 2.3%.